Hey, this is RCL with a movie review.
Stretched beside the pond, you look long and lovely, like I remember you. I was on my break, you had time to spare, and so we tried to talk, or maybe just sit. 'Cause things look beautiful when they're away from you. Things look beautiful when they're so new. And things look beautiful when they're away from you. They seem to stay away from you.
Disco Pigs is a 2001 movie starring friend of the show Cillian Murphy and Elaine Cassidy. The story was originally a 1997 play by Enda Walsh, who is also seen in the film as the hitchhiker. The play became a rock-solid staple in Irish contemporary theater, and I think contemporary theater around the globe, making a pit stop in St. Anne's Warehouse, New York City, baby, for a good reason. It's intense. The character roles are ones that actors would jump at the chance to get to sink their teeth into, I think. It's got interesting dialogue and an interesting dynamic. Let's talk about why, but also what. What is it? Why disco? Why pigs? Let me try to tell you. Disco Pigs begins with one of the most disgusting and uncomfortable POVs of any movie I've ever seen. It's a POV of a baby inside of its mom with all the fluid and stuff floating around it. I hated it so much I almost stopped watching the movie. During this baby bit, we learn that Pig and Runt are born minutes apart from each other in the same hospital. And this confused me a lot at first because I thought they were siblings and that this movie was going in a way different direction than it was actually going. But it was actually kind of similar still. Just like a little tiny bit less disturbing than it already was. Mind if I get comfortable? Anyway, it's a full 5 minutes into the movie before we see anybody who isn't a weird CGI baby. And so, Pigs is because it's a cute nickname that the two of them came up with, I guess. And somehow, as babies in that uncomfortable opening sequence, they were smart enough and had good enough motor skills to hold hands and, I guess, telepathically become friends.
From that moment, we become one. And we need no one else. Nobody.
Oh my god. Squirrel! Pig and Runt also got lucky enough to move into the same neighborhood, into houses right next to each other, with bedrooms that are also right next to each other and close enough that they could drill a hole into the wall and hold hands. And also have parents that don't get mad at them for doing that, I guess. So now we see that this movie is about codependence. Oh my god, the squirrel's coming back. Oh man. Okay, whatever. They're both all in, no one without the other. Best friends with creepy black matching jackets, the same exact schedule, near telepathic tendencies, and a rejection and bullying of the outside world. All this in order to maintain their own private inner world, just the two of them. Even their odd speech seems like it's hard for the rest of the characters to understand, and not just me because I don't understand a Cork dialect.
What? No, listen, Darren. Sinead.
Oh, fuck you. You're fucking looking at four eyes. Did your man not teach you any manners?
I think it's broken.
Yeah, and me meant to be playing the old piano in this symphony and all. Fucking shame, man.
What?
Are you deaf or what?
Pretty quickly after Pig punches our dear cashier boy in the face, we exit the exposition and enter the disco, as in Disco Pigs. A usual shenanigan of Pig and Runts is pantsing random guys at the club, I guess.
Well, excuse me.
But I imagine it would get old really quick and people would start to recognize them after like the second time they did it. But whatever. Anyway, jealousy rears its ugly head, touch is taken instead of shared, unsaid feelings begin to bubble up. Their pantsing prank starts to hit home a bit too hard when Pig's role as Runt's fake jealous boyfriend gets to his head.
Mine! 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 Me and her, king and queen, you bad boy!
Complications start disrupting the relationship that these two were born with, and they're close to the real world because they are in their adolescence. Their fantasy world begins cracking. They're in puberty. You know, that always makes things awkward.
Excellent.
And although the movie's foundation is the closeness of Pig and Runt, one of the very first things we hear Runt say in the movie is confession. One made out of frustration and longing, and that very foundation that we're seeing is about to get real shaky.
I want to walk into the sea and never come back. I want the tide to take me out of me and give me someone different. Maybe for a half hour or so. That'd be good, wouldn't it, Pig?
Say again?
Just for a try, you know?
Jesus, Runt, that'd be impossible. A half hour. Fuck.
And Pig just doesn't get it. He'd never want to be someone different, and more importantly, he'd never want her to be someone different. He cannot understand this confession because he doesn't have the same longing for independence that Runt is beginning to show. Disco Pigs could be an extreme version of something someone who had developed feelings for a friend may have recognized and been able to relate to, but it takes it to the extreme because it takes sharper turns than that. We see pranks draw blood. We see the uncertain futures between these two, and most importantly, the unhealthy relationship that is imploding.
It's simply not a healthy relationship. I mean, you have to separate them for their own good.
Pig fell for Runt. How could he not when she was his life? But what is he to do if she doesn't feel the same? And what is she to do? Who's to blame? In his failure to connect to anyone other than Runt, does he become the lost cause that his school and his family have declared him to be?
Get her mixing, do you know what I mean? I mean, we don't want her to end up in some shabby romance centre. She's a bit too clever for that. What about Darren, though? To be honest, we think he's a lost cause.
And this is their career guidance forms, which we received back from yesterday.
So you can see here that Darren wants to be a king and Sinead a queen.
What do you do when a love you share with someone isn't the same type of love? Isn't it better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all, they say? If you truly love someone more than life, more than anything in the world, wouldn't you want to let them go? Wouldn't you want them to become the best version they could be, even if you knew it meant it wasn't with you? Wouldn't you give your life for them? Okay, so basically I'm definitely not encouraging Pig's literal murder and like suicidal behavior. I just wanted a dramatic way to end that section of the video. Disco Pigs is a wild ride of codependence and the intense infatuation, care, suffocation, and madness that can breed. Two powerful performances from Murphy and Cassidy carried this story to exactly where it needed to go. They are pretty amazing actors, if I do say so myself. Anyways, an absurd thing like killing your best friend after him breaking you out of a boarding school, I guess she was in, and making it look like a kid surrendering, accepting his fate, and giving his life to someone he loves. That's pretty intense. What a wild ride. Runt is, in a sense, doing Pig a kindness, and Pig is setting her free from his love and obsession. Something about the shot of his hands not grabbing or trying to stop her as she suffocates him is haunting, and a really cool acting choice or direction, whichever it was. The ending lays a sheet of gentleness and warmth over a literal homicide, and it makes the audience lay in the aftermath and contemplate if that was the right choice. I never saw a movie quite like this, and I think that's why I enjoyed it so much, and why it lingered in my head for so long afterwards. Well done.
Am I lying to you still? I can't move. I miss you so much. I miss you so much. I've tried to fix this loss. I've given up. I just stand and look at it. I just stand and look at it. Oh, 'cause things look beautiful when they're away from you. Things look beautiful when there's all new, and things look beautiful when they're away from you.
What am I saying? Fuck. Oh shit. Damn it. Sucked. Damn it, the squirrel is... I don't like this. This is stupid. Oh. Okay, this is fine.